All right, let's jump right in. You know that first day of school energy in French class, right? Everyone's excited, super motivated. But then the real question hits. How do you keep that spark alive all the way to June? Well, that's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to break down 3 awesome strategies, all backed by research and stories from real teachers, to help you keep your students engaged and loving French for the entire school year.
I mean, this is the classic problem, isn't it? September is a breeze, but by the time May rolls around, yeah, it can feel like you're dragging students across the finish line. The truth is that initial buzz just doesn't last on its own. We need something more sustainable, real strategies that actually keep that fire going.
Okay, so strategy number 1. This is all about making growth visible. It's so simple, but honestly, it's a total game changer. Because when students can actually see their own progress, that feeling, well, that's a motivator that you just can't fake. And this isn't just some nice idea either. It's backed by some really solid research. Basically, researchers found that one of the single biggest drivers for any learner is seeing that undeniable proof that they're getting better. It's not about the mark on a test. It's about them seeing their own personal growth. Okay, check out this perfect example from a real grade 5 classroom. The teacher had her students do the same simple self-introduction every few months. Look at this. The difference between September and March is just wow. And the best part? The students themselves were blown away. They could literally hear their progress. Their sentences were longer. Their pronunciation was better. You could just feel the confidence. That right there, that's the fuel.
So, if this first idea is clicking for you, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next 2 strategies we've got coming up. All right, let's keep going.
Now, let's think about your classroom for a sec. What's a simple I can task, a je peux statement that you could use? Something your students could do over and over to see how much they've grown. I'd love to hear your ideas, so drop them in the comments. Let's get a good list going.
All right, strategy number 2 is all about gamifying your learning. But wait, I'm not talking about just playing a quick game here and there. Nope. We're talking about turning the entire year into one big, epic journey.
Here's a brilliant example. A secondary teacher came up with something called the French Miles Challenge. Every time students spoke French together, they earned miles. And with those miles, they'd put a sticker on this huge map of Quebec in their classroom, and the whole class would travel across the province together. How cool is that? It wasn't about one person winning. It was about this shared adventure that lasted all year.
And again, there's some serious research behind this. It's called long-term gamification. And what it shows is that when you wrap learning inside a big ongoing story like that, student persistence just goes through the roof. They're not just, doing another worksheet. They're part of a quest that lasts for months. So this has me wondering, what about your students? What do you think would get them more fired up? A team effort like the travel map? Or something a little more competitive, like a class leaderboard? Let me know what you think down below. Okay, on to our 3rd and final strategy, and this one might be the most powerful of all. It's all about giving their French a real purpose. We need to show them that what they're learning actually matters outside of your classroom. It's time to find them a real, authentic audience. And the research here is crystal clear. Think about it. When students are only ever talking to you, the teacher, it can feel, well, kind of fake, right? It's an assignment. But the second you give them a real audience, someone else who's going to see or hear their work, suddenly the motivation to get it right, to communicate well, just gets this huge, massive boost. So what does this actually look like? Well, picture this. A class in Alberta sending voice memos to a partner class in Montreal. Or another teacher who had her students create short little videos for their parents to watch. In every case, the students suddenly understood that their French had a real-world purpose. And honestly, that changes the entire dynamic. So, let's put this into action. Who could your students' authentic audience be? Parents? Another class down the hall? Maybe you could even connect with a partner school somewhere else in the world. The possibilities are endless. So, let's wrap this all up. There are your 3 keys to building a year-long motivation toolkit. 1. Make their growth visible. 2. Gamify the long haul. Make it a journey. And 3. Connect them to a real audience. It's a powerful combination.
But wait, before you go, even with these amazing strategies, there is one super common trap that can completely derail all of your hard work. In our very next explainer, we are going to expose that number 1 mistake and show you exactly how to steer clear of it. Yeah, you are definitely not going to want to miss that. So make sure you hit like on this one, share with another FSL teacher you know, and of course, subscribe to Note Express Education so you get the notification for that next explainer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.